The guy next to me at the gym was playing Pokemon music, and this is what the internet gave us.
This is the very first time I've played Tetris tonight.
I got it.
This game could go on for hours with YouTube.
I'm really excited to get to play Tetris on the biggest display ever. This project began as a personal love letter to the games that I loved when I was a child. Pong last year, Tetris this year. But it ended up as a way of uniting the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, wow, that speeds up real fast. Thank you.
Okay,
No.
Kami.
Hey! Well, I am wearing red.
Seriously? They wasted all that to play Tetris on the side of a building? Tetris. Screw Tetris.
First of all, I had no idea that Richard Branson apparently owned Tetris. And second of all, if you have that technology, why are you wasting your time with Tetris? Why aren't you playing Space Invaders?
I'm saying.
Ooh.
Right? This is SCNS Live. I have to start every
It's that
episode with a
time.
woo, because
I like doing that.
just makes me feel good. Hey guys, welcome to SCNS Live. We have another episode, another fantastic episode for you tonight. As you all know, I am Matt, and over here we've got the lovely Cora.
Hey.
That's right. And over to my left, we have Jason the X. Don't play that music.
Yeah, because it'd be like right next to my microphone. No.
That's
What's
right.
up, guys?
We're going to have some copyright infringement going on. And
Oh,
of course,
damn, yeah.
always
Yeah.
running the board, we have the Professor, Chris Kidd, who does weird signs that nobody can see because
Some
he's not
devil
on
horns,
camera.
man.
I
Some
know,
metal.
but nobody can see it, and it's
Good point.
fantastic. Anyway, so coming up on the show today, we're going to be talking about your nerd confessionals. The Reverend X is actually going to be absolving you of your sins.
Well,
Furthermore, we'll also be talking about cons, upcoming cons, previous cons, and if there are way too many. And we also have comics of the week. But first, let's get started with some super cool nerd news. All right, super cool nerd news, guys. So, your weekly installment on everything that is nerdy. We actually, if you've been stuck under a rock and you haven't seen the new Captain America movie, seriously, what are you even watching? Why aren't you over there watching the new Captain America movie? It's fantastic.
last week we took it easy on them with spoilers. Not this week, baby.
No, we were talking spoilers. Hail Hydra. All right, so
You're on the list.
what?
You're on the list.
I'm missing, comrade. I'm missing in action. Give me all your secrets. I am friend, Matt. Okay, so anyway, so if you've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you'll notice that things are actually starting to pick up a little bit because things are tying in from Captain America 2 to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's actually really cool what's going on. Well, it's just been revealed that Samuel L. Jackson will be in the season finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as our beloved Nick Fury. So that episode's actually going to be on May 13th. But, I mean, guys, rejoice. Nick Fury's coming back to help S.H.I.E.L.D.
I gotta say that honestly, everyone has been complaining about where's the big storyline with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? What's going on? I don't understand. Do you understand now? I'm serious. I'm riding this, man, all the way. They got you. They got you. This is what you were waiting for. Should have stuck with the show. Doubting Nanny's I'm
Hey,
done.
I'll be the first
I'm
to
done.
say that I was one of the people that was saying they need a follow storyline
Well,
because
you
I
know.
was getting annoyed with it. Because it was a kind of mission of the week. What happened to Coulson? Well, we're on this plane. And now this is becoming the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that we all wanted from day one. And yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. It's going to be pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cora, you got a story?
I do have a story. Okay, so Archie Comics is going to be doing something that's pretty bold. In their line of, I think it's Life with Archie, there we go. Haha.
Oh, yeah.
Life of Archie has been exploring possible life routes for Archie Archie and the gang after high school. You know, when they get into college, once they graduate. In their next issue, Archie's going to be killed.
Yes.
Archie?
Archie
will be shot defending one of his friends. That's bold, man.
Why are they giving that away?
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's going to be the final issue for this run of Life with Archie. I mean, that's big.
I've never been big on Archie comics at all, except when they were actually doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and that lie. But yeah, you know, screw Archie. I've always hated that ginger. What? Don't shoot me.
What?
Shoot me, bro.
Cora, why are you aiming it at him?
No, no.
No!
Yes, please.
Oh! Oh! I got.
How unfortunate, Matt.
Oh! Oh!
It's okay.
Hold me.
No, that's all right.
No, please.
No, you're okay. You're okay. Get off. Go die. I'm sorry.
I'm kind of imagining that that's actually the entire thing that's going to happen.
I mean, honestly, they did a Punisher versus a Punisher Archie crossover. Archie should have been killed during that altercation. Why did Frank not do us all a favor and just go ahead and just waste it? Okay, God. Anyway.
Because he's a high school student in the Archie comics.
Yeah,
He's committed crimes though
that high school
Oh, well.
student
against humanity.
has gotten into a whole lot of shit that he really didn't need to get into himself
That's
into.
true.
So, yeah, he's kind of asking for it. Let's be honest.
True, but he's also this American icon now.
Whatever.
Well, speaking of things that are dying, Jason, you've got a story.
Well, okay, we've been following the Marvel DC, let's just face it, dick measuring contest with the introduction of Man of Steel 2 or whatever they're going to call that film. And Marvel, who has thrown down the gauntlet or other things and said Captain America 3 would be coming out on the same day. And many people thought that, you know, DC or Warner Brothers would back down from it. They have not. They're still saying their film's going to be out. However, they have yet to release anything except a couple of cast members, and, you know, there's not been really anything cohesive. And people are saying that they're maybe doing this so that they are able to eventually change the date that Man of Steel 2 is released, and that way they won't have to go against the juggernaut, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I might sound a little bit biased, but make mine Marvel. Suck it, DC.
Look, we're not biased. We're the two unbiased people here.
Yeah.
But all I have to say is, I'm a DC.
I'm a Marvel.
Back to you, Jason.
Oh, God. Matt, you got a story. Go.
Yes, let's be professional, people. Godly. All right, so rumors are surfacing that Warner Brothers is putting Gremlins on the fast track, a remake of the Gremlins movie into fast track to being made. Now, you know, where people are kind of excited about it, some people are saying, you know, they're like, that's an 80s classic, please don't ruin my childhood. Well, you know, rest assured, in order for this to happen, both Steven Spielberg and Amblin Entertainment must give the okay. All right, they can't just do this, and neither one has, so you can't really say that, okay, Gremlins is going to be happening, so you're not going to be seeing Gizmo running around and be like, oh. Now, other 80s potential remakes are The Goonies and Beetlejuice.
Ooh.
That would be interesting to see Beetlejuice remade. 'Cause
What-
Beetlejuice was already pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, Tim Burton's actually saying that he really wants to, and everybody from the original Beetlejuice is actually on board.
Dude, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point in time where it's yet again Hollywood has run out of ideas, so they're like, let's do remakes again. I mean, they did it with Footloose. Not a fan. I mean, I would be very worried if they did it with Gremlins, just because I feel like it would be more CGI than it would be puppets.
Yeah.
And I mean, Goonies would be cool. Don't get me wrong.
Goonies would
I
be
think
the shit.
Goonies would be awesome. I mean, it would never match up to the original.
No.
And
Remakes never do.
you know, some idiot director is gonna be like, let's do Goonies, but now times.
And I will punch them in the face.
Yes, good job.
Like, you could probably make that work. You would have to be, like, you have to be careful.
It's true.
Here's potential directors, you gotta be careful.
Now, Beetlejuice would be interesting. Beetlejuice would be a cool choice to redo.
Yes.
The problem is back when the original Beetlejuice was created, Tim Burton was actually at the top of his game. Now, he's not. I mean, you look at what he's created recently, and it's kind of meh.
You know, as long as he doesn't give Beetlejuice the love interest that he keeps giving all his other characters for male leads.
Helena Bonham Carter?
Well, not just actress-wise, but like they just fall in love with him by the end of the movie. Lydia never falls in love with Beetlejuice. She just kind of accepts his existence.
Yeah.
Which is good because she's in high school.
All I don't want to see, though, is it be like, the son of Beetlejuice, and then there's Johnny Depp, and he's just being like, Father, I don't want to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Beetlejuice, 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 what do you want?
Yeah, see, that's when I will go and, like...
Now, Cora, what we won't be smacking out of your hands anytime soon is your next story.
Yes.
Oh,
my
yes.
god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so excited for this story. I saw it and I, like, screamed a lot. A lot. Okay, so, some really nice people that I can't remember the name of, and I feel really bad. He made, but it was one guy, he made a portable Nintendo 64.
Yes.
Look at this picture. Look at it. Look at it, people.
I need this thing in my life.
Bangle. There we go. That's it. Bangle. Made this. Look at
I
this.
need this in my life because some of the best games that I ever played were on the N64. God. Oh, sorry. I'm still looking at the picture because it's so pretty. Anyway, sorry.
Now, what's really great about this system is it has 4 hours of battery life. 4 hours. You could go on a long car ride to Houston from here.
Yes.
And now, this one is the only one in existence at this time. However, he is making it mass marketed
Want it.
for other people.
So basically, I just got to get it from him. Okay.
Don't hurt
Challenge
him.
accepted.
Jason, if you heard him, I don't get one either. So
Fair enough.
no.
That looks really freaking
Watch it.
cool, though.
It is,
I've
and-
kept all of my N64 games, too, just for a moment like this.
And what's really great is on the website that we got this from, I'm looking at the website again, nerdist.com. They have
I'm probably be like, you went all grandma glasses on that. Let me just look. Hold on 1 second. Let me just look at this real quick. I'm just going to make
Shut
sure I look at my notes here. The Nerdist. Yes, the Nerdist.
Whatever.
Anyway, they have a video, and it shows kind of his process on how he made it, and then it has a little bit of what it looks like playing, and he plays Donkey Kong 64, he plays Majora's Mask, and it looks, guys, it's legit.
Fantastic is the word that
Awesome.
you're looking for.
It's legit, man. I want this. I want it now. Can I have it right now?
Wait till Christmas.
Yes. Just let me go get it.
Okay. In other video game news, Matt.
Oh,
That's right, Jason. You got more video
Oh,
game
Jason,
news.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I do.
looked at that
she
name
messed
You
wrong.
need to use your glasses.
okay. So,
Hold on, let me get in here real quick.
of
Who's
course,
saying
you know
the
that
next
Anasni and I are, Anasni and even Matt, we're all big Borderlands 2 players. We love the game.
Yeah.
A lot of storyline. And there's been we've been wondering, where's Borderlands 3? What's going on? And Gearbox has answered us. They're actually going to come out with a Borderlands that takes place between 1 and 2. We're actually going to see a lot more of Hyperion and how they actually took over the planet of Pandora with 4 new classes, actually. And they're gonna let us play as Claptrap. I don't know why, what purpose Claptrap would play, but I do want to play as Claptrap for some odd reason. But we will get to see 4 of Handsome Jack's lieutenants before Borderlands 2. We'll see Athena, Wilhelm, the sheriff, and playable Claptrap, Athena, Wilhelm, and the sheriff. And Handsome Jack in the game is described as having more content than the original Borderlands and less than Borderlands 2. The most important thing, saves will not carry over from Borderlands 2. This is totally clean slate. So get ready for that. And I am excited for more Borderlands. If you want to actually get some real info on it, follow Anthony Birch of Hey Ash, What You Playing on Twitter. And he's actually on the writing team for this. And he releases little tidbits here and there. So, yeah, Borderlands prequel coming, I guess it's Borderlands 1.5?
Yeah.
1.5.
It's pretty exciting, man. I'm pretty happy about it. I mean, there's gonna be more weapons than they've had before, and it's just gonna be fan-freaking awesome.
Well, one thing about Borderlands 2 that I really loved was they did these echo casts where you actually got to meet the 4 Vault Hunters.
Yeah.
I'm hoping at some point during that you're actually Hyperion meeting the 6 new Vault Hunters as they go about, because their echo casts are just awesome, with Gage being one of the best ones, and of course my boy Salvador.
Salvador.
Anyway,
Jason, you might be helping write the.
I gotta do that.
Helping write it right now.
I'm trying to do that.
Gearbox watches it.
Gearbox watches this?
Yeah.
I mean, anyway.
Excuse you?
Hey,
I don't blame the guy.
Back over to Matt for another story. You got something, buddy. Come on. What you got?
That's right.
Say
Please,
it.
I don't blame him. Don't give him that look. If I could work for Gearbox, I would be too. All right, so Microsoft has been taken to school, and it's pretty freaking awesome. I'm going to actually move this way so, my shoulder isn't being cut in by that little CG. Now, one 5-year-old named Christopher von Hassel, Hail Hydra,
You're on the
found
list.
a simple way to hack into his dad's Xbox Live. So his dad basically said around Christmas time, he started noticing that his son was starting to play games that he really shouldn't be playing because he's 5 years old, right?
Yeah.
Apparently what he did is this kid, Christopher von Hassel, would type the wrong password into Xbox Live. Then, when it said you typed in the wrong password, so when it would try to verify it, he would pretty much just type the space key and then hit enter, and it would let him in, which is a major security flaw
Really?
for
Oh my
Microsoft,
God.
for Xbox Live. So they sent that into Microsoft. Microsoft ended up paying the kid 4 games and $50 for finding it.
They gypped that kid.
Now, what the regular going price for little
Bug fixing.
hacking mercenaries that they hire to find security issues is $10,000. So they ended up paying that kid $50 in 4 games when pretty much he should have been owed $10,000.
That is a load of crap. Why $50 in 4 games?
They gypped that kid.
You better write him another check and put some zeros on there. Come on. He found a bug. He found a serious bug in your system. You give him $50. Man.
Think about this, though. The kid's 5 years old, okay? He's just getting started. He's 5 years old, and he hacked into Microsoft. You just think where this kid's going to keep going if he continues to hack. He might be pretty amazing. Like, maybe a part of, what is it, Anonymous?
Anonymous.
Yeah, be a part of Anonymous. And then he'd be raking in that money.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. Now, speaking of raking in money, we're going to talk to Cora that Shell actually has something.
Not Shell. The Navy.
Oh, the Navy, that's
The
right.
Navy. Everyone in the Navy has figured something out. They are working on how to turn salt water into fuel. Is no one else excited about that?
Hail
awesome.
Navy out to sea, fight a battle. I'm sorry, I could have kept going with that. That's a Navy fight song. Anyway, go ahead, please. Go Navy.
Anyway, I'm not sure on the science on this because I don't understand science. I apologize. But basically, they're working on turning salt water into fuel.
Awesome.
So that boats on sea, airplanes, they don't have to detour off of important missions to fuel up for hours. They
Also, plenty of salt water out there.
exactly. There's plenty of salt water out there. And now what that means for us, this is important, is they're turning salt water into, I cannot remember what the fuel is. Can you enlighten us, Jason?
I believe it's a type of biodiesel made from the algae that's in the seawater as well.
Yes. Basically, it's turning it into diesel. Now, cars don't run on diesel, but they run on gas. It takes less to make gas. Think about how much we could do this. We could fuel our cars with the ocean.
I'm particularly excited about it. Of course, you know, me being a 10-year Navy man, and our Navy is not one to be screwed with. But if we can get wherever we need to go without having to refuel and just keep on going, yeah, rock on. I was actually going to look up the process behind that. So go ahead.
Well, while you try to figure that out, I've actually been trying to figure out the Navy fight song. 'Cause I swear to God, I thought it actually was. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining.
My camera got invaded. I'm taking over this one now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's still raining men.
I'm going to kill you.
Hallelujah,
Anyway.
it's raining.
You got a story.
Seamen.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. The development of the liquid is a hydrocarbon fuel being held as a game changer because it significantly shortens the supply chain, a weak link that makes any force easier to attack. Let's see. The ultimate goal is to eventually get away from the dependence on oil altogether. So yeah, that's what it is. So anyway, sorry.
You, Jason.
All right.
Because I'm not, like, I love science. Science intrigues me. I'm science stupid, though. Sorry.
Got irritated. I'm sorry. I just saw the rebroadcast that. All right.
Jason, we're coming back to you, though. You got something for us.
Well, of course, after that story, I would like to say science. But even more science news. One of the Mars rovers has actually photographed this. As you can see, there is a small dot right over here. Wait a minute, my hand doesn't go behind there. So there's a small lit dot back there. Something is there. There's a light on Mars. Now, of course, NASA's gone out and said it could be just a piece of reflective rock, you know, bouncing off of a rogue star or the sun or something like that. Now, I'm not saying aliens, but aliens. Right? Am I right?
Do you mean aliens?
No, I mean aliens.
Wait. Alien.
No, but seriously, there is a light. Okay, I don't want to be the, you know, there's something out there, but yeah, of course, it was probably just something.
Are you
reflecting
talking
off
like
of,
aliens?
No, I'm talking like aliens. Anyway,
Alien.
I'm done with this bit. Anyway, it was probably something reflecting. It was something where I saw it was like, whoo, whoo, but it's just probably something reflecting because if they ain't found anything yet, they ain't gonna find it. So there.
Wait a second. Something reflecting? Dude, we all know it'd probably be reflecting.
Stop it!
Aliens.
I'm gonna beat you with this week's prize. Anyway,
Now, while we discuss more about aliens, we're actually going to be talking about. Hey, you know you're covering my mic, right?
Oh.
We're actually going to take a quick break so we can more discover about some aliens. And you will actually be able to watch one of SCNS's toy reviews.
Black Widow
about
finally.
Black Widow. Enjoy. We'll be right back. Aliens.
Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by Cinelinx.com, and I got a review for you. I was so happy to find this. This is the Marvel Legends Infinite series, Black Widow from Captain America the Winter Soldier. And yes, I found her on shelf in a Walmart. Let me tell you how. So Cora and I from CNS Live, we did the show. We were one of the midnight showings of Captain America. We go out. We see Captain America. There was a 9:30 show, and there were maybe 25 people in there. See the movie, drop her off, heading home. Yeah, I'll check the Walmart. They were putting out a fresh case of these guys, and boom. There's our Black Widow figure, and man, I dig this figure. Because we're going to look at a couple of Black Widow figures from the past, and then we'll get to her. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. You know, you got Marvel Legends Infinite Series, Black Widow, not much here. Cap on the side, cap on the side. I'm so glad to stop reviewing these guys. But anyway, just for the boxes. I hate the boxes. Anyway, you got Black Widow here. You got a little bio for her. And of course, you got these guys. And what's funny is I finally get her, and I got the body for the Mandroid, and I can't find the damn leg from Winter Soldier's box. I might be buying another one of those. Who knows where that leg is? But anyway, this is Black Widow, of course, as portrayed by Scarlett Johansson in the Winter Soldier. And yeah, really great figure. These guns do not come with her. She comes with the well, she doesn't really come with any guns. This is from Hitmonkey, I believe. But I thought they looked like her Glocks that she carries, so I figured, hey, what the hell. So anyway, we'll go ahead and take those out of her hands for now. And she does have really good hands. Like if we got another weapon, I use this in the Winter Soldier review, so we'll just go ahead and bring this back over here. But yeah, she can hold just about anything. And we take one of her hands off, because she does have these two hands that come with her. And they can be popped off. Well, hang on, let me show off the hands, because all they are just open hands. You know, if she needs to hold something while she kind of holds as she's shooting something, or she just needs to randomly bitch slap somebody. So yeah, we can just pop the hands off. And you have to be careful, because these are not on swivel pins, they're just straight pins. Which, I don't know, her hands are a little bit more delicate, or so I guess we can't do wrist swivels on her. So, well, I mean, it does swivel at the wrist, it just doesn't have that other joint right there. So yeah, you can put her holding this nice big sniper rifle, kind of. A little hard to pose, just because, well, you know, her arms, well, you can't get the gun past her boob. Oh, man. Anyway, so yeah, you can put that there, and so she can two-hand grip some stuff. So yeah, good hands on these characters. I really love the look of this figure, though. This is... Now, I complained about that head from the Captain America figure, this one, because it said it didn't look a lot like Chris Evans, because it doesn't. It looks like a Cap from the comic book, but it doesn't look like Chris Evans. This looks like Scarlett Johansson. Very, very good likeness. I love the straight hair. It's a little flexible, but it will hinder articulation a little bit. Great look on the uniform itself. I love the detail. This is all molded plastic. It's not just like lines painted on. And I dig that. Even these little folds right here where it's like extra fabric. Now the one thing is, she has these holsters on her side. They're not exactly connected to the belt. They're just kind of sitting here. But so it doesn't hinder articulation. I can understand why. But I think they probably could, you know, it's a nice touch, and I really don't want to complain too much about it. But yeah, you've got nice silver buckles here. Just a lot of great design. One thing though...
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, it is once again time to be absolved of your sins. And our very own Reverend X is here to do just that. Oh yeah!
Y'all know what time it is. Brothers and sisters, welcome to Nerd Confessional. I am Reverend X, and I'm here to absolve you of your nerd sins. Deacon Matt, please deliver unto me the first sin.
Yes, sir. Yes, Reverend. I gotta tell you, Reverend, we got a lot of good ones here.
All right.
Got a lot of good ones.
Yes, and they need to be forgiven. What we got?
The first one is, so this comes from Brother Roy.
Brother Roy. I know of Brother Roy.
So, I have not watched an episode of the Game of Thrones. Not one. When someone throws a reference to it at me, I smile and nod. I know. I am a bad geek.
Oh.
Help him, Reverend.
Oh,
Help
Brother
him.
Roy. Brother Roy. Brother Roy. Now, see, the problem is not that you have not watched Game of Thrones, but the problem is when people ask you about it, you fake it. That's the problem, Brother Roy. You just admit it. Say, I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I don't even know what that is. Admit it. Don't be afraid to. It's a common thing because we don't want to seem out of the loop. We don't want to be not in with what's hot and what's popping. That's what that is. You need to come to terms with yourself, Brother Roy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and forgive you this time. But tell the truth, Brother Roy. Just let it go. Let it go. Deliver unto me the next sinner, please. Sister Barton, what you got?
All right, this one's Reverend, comes from Tony S.
Tony S.
Tony S.
Okay, Tony S.
When the Harry Potter movies were coming out in theaters, my mother and I went to see them together.
That's good, family.
After the first one, she set up strict rules to keep me from talking about my issues with the movies, what I loved while I was watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Her concession was that I could rant all I wanted on the way home. Needless to say, there were times that I spent the entire 45-minute driving time ranting. Kudos to her, though, for keeping her end of the bargain and not telling me to shut up.
I really don't see any reason that this person should be absolved. They did what they were supposed to. They were a good nerd about it. I got to say that much.
Not the mother.
Well, no, but I'm not going to say nothing bad about nobody's mama. That's not the nerd way. No, that's not. However, you did what was right, and that's a good confessional. That's keeping with the way the nerd should be. I like it. You're all right with me, Tony S. Deliver unto me this next sentence. What we got? Because I believe we had another one. What we got here? What we got?
This one's from Eureka.
Mm-hmm.
Eureka. Did I say that right?
Whatever. Go on. We dealing with aliases here. Go ahead.
I believe wholeheartedly that Janeway was the best captain. I'm not ashamed.
That frog voice. That lovely woman, Kate Mulgrew, fine captain of whatever ship that happened to be. I don't seem to remember the name of it at this moment. While Voyager was a short-lived series, Kate Mulgrew, I liked her better after she got rid of that bun that she had on and actually, got her haircut somewhere out in deep space, not getting out. But yeah, if Kate Mulgrew's your favorite captain, that's your opinion, however wrong it might be. But don't look for forgiveness here. I got one word for you. Picard. Moving on. I don't want to even hear more of this one here.
Oh, Reverend, yeah, Picard the Reverend.
I don't mean to be cruel, but go on. Deliver to me this next sentence. Who is it?
Oh, okay.
Who is it?
Reverend, before I get into this, I think I got a lump in my throat, so I'm going to drink this water here.
Go on, Deacon. Come on now.
So, in the spring of 1999, I was a freshman in college. Well, community college, but still. Anyway, I had always had a love of Star Wars and had collected many toys over my youth.
Really?
I even had the coveted brown-vested Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight from the Powers of the Force line.
That was a hard one to find. I do remember that. Anyway, go ahead.
Brother Joey says,
I like Brother Joey.
I had just received my measly tuition check for the summer session that was going to be starting in a couple of weeks.
Oh, no.
And was on my way to the campus bookstore when I heard a report on the radio that some people were starting to line up at the Toys R Us for a midnight release of the new toys. At first I thought those people must be crazy, but as I was standing in line at the bank to cash my check, I started thinking about how I could finally get a leg up on my collection by buying the figures directly from the store rather than collectors, or the at the time laughably small Sci-Fi Expo.
Well, he went there. Anyway, please continue.
With my student loan in hand, I headed to my favorite Toys R Us in Addison. I remember
he's a local boy. Okay.
I remember my folks taking me there before we went to see The Return of the Jedi, and I had bought a Chewbacca figure they had let me take into the theater.
Oh.
As I pulled up, I noticed there wasn't a line, so I headed inside to check to see when they would be opening at midnight, if they would be opening at midnight. The manager, who was in the process of setting up a large pod racer stand-up, said they would be, and offered to let me come back in the warehouse to see the unopened cases.
What? I mean, that's great. That's great.
I may have nerd squeed a little.
I like idea. Anyway, please continue.
I offered to help set up the display since I had plenty of time to kill, and he graciously accepted. If I had owned a cell phone that had a camera and Reddit had existed, I would have been king. Alas, I was alone in my celebration until closing time. As I sat alone reading my well-worn copy of Heir to the Empire for the umpteenth time, I had a few people come up.
I like this brother. Go ahead.
I had a few people come up and join me, then a few more. Then a news van from WFAA showed up. It was pretty neat. Before I knew it, there was a line around the building.
My goodness.
As we got closer to midnight, the store manager came out to say hi. He had ordered pizza and soda for his employees and decided to give extra for us as well. He was super cool about everything, and about 10 till midnight invited me inside and let me pick out my haul before the masses came inside.
Good Lord have mercy.
He said it was the least he could do since I had offered to help him earlier. I picked up as many figures as I could, all the principals, several battle droids that looked like may have had several color variations, the accessory packs, and a couple of Rick O'Lee figs. Yeah, I didn't know any better. I was standing in line waiting to pay when the madness happened, shouting, screaming, pushing, shoving. I was ashamed to have thought of these people as fellow collectors. All in all, I spent about $500. Nearly all of my loan. I was so pleased with myself. After a week later, I was at the collector's shop. That's been out of business for about 10 years now. As I was selling off a few duplicates for a slight profit, it dawned on me that I wouldn't have enough to buy my books for the summer classes I was taking. I was faced with the decision, sell off more figures in my collection to continue my education or drop the classes.
Good Lord, this man needs that. Anyway, go ahead.
Something tells me that I should have invested in my education rather than my collection. I think the return would have been better than the bargain basement values of those figures. Anyone have need for a mint Rick O'Lee figure?
Oh my goodness.
That was Brother Joey.
Brother Joey, you have committed several sins. First of all, spending that much money on some toys, what's wrong with you? I've never done that in my life. Moving on. And on things that you needed too. And you have committed transgressions. But Brother Joey, you are by far the best nerd confessional of this week. And we will be forgiving you and letting you walk away with a little prize. Yes, we're giving away a Lord of the Rings set, Lord of the Rings DVD. You get the Blu-ray, you get the DVD, the Ultraviolet, and also you get a little Legolas, right?
Legolas.
Am I right? Legolas?
Then you can take the legs off, and it's a legless Legolas.
That's actually pretty good. Anyway, Joey, you're our big winner this week. That was a very good nerd confessional. And brothers and sisters, this has been Nerd Confessional with Reverend X. We'll see y'all again soon. God bless you.
Good Lord, I need to nerd sin more often. Then I could actually get pretty awesome movies. Congratulations, Brother Joey.
It's actually a really good story.
That actually is a very good story. This is why I have a cup of water for no other reason than this, to have a drink. So while I take this drink, we're going to have the rest of the Black Widow review, and we'll be back with Comics of the Week and our con conversation. So stay tuned.
Back, of course, the rest of the costume. She's even got a nice shield tampograph there and there. So yeah, good job on this figure. Now the other thing is she comes with this other head, which is the one from Avengers, because I was really angry that they didn't give us a Black Widow figure for the Avengers movie. But they've made up for it with this nice head with the short hair. And we'll pop that on here. Go ahead and take a look at that. Now, of course, she doesn't have any neck articulation here. She's just got a peg there. And voila! Now, this head does give you a little bit more range of motion with the hair. You can actually turn the head, and can't look up because this hair is not very pliable in the back. But hey, I like this look too. So yeah, onto the articulation for the figure though. She does come with the ankle joint here, and she does have the peg in the foot, just like I like it. I love that they switched over to that. Double jointed knees. She does have a thigh swivel right here. Slight ball joint, but that's about as far as they're going to go, so you won't get any real high kicking poses out of her. No waist articulation, but she does have a nice ab crunch right there. Of course, it shows you the hands just swivel. They don't go back and forth on any thing there. You got just single jointed arms, and I kind of hate that they don't put a double joint on the ladies for any of these figures. I don't know why. No bicep swivel, but she does have a nice ball joint up here. And of course, the head is just on that ball that we showed you earlier. So yeah, not bad. I really like this figure. I like that we finally got a Black Widow that's comparable to our Avengers. So anyway, let me go ahead and bring in some comparisons here. If you've been collecting Marvel Legends for as long as I have, you already know there has been a Black Widow figure. There's been two. One of them not as spectacular as we would like, and here she is. So yeah, Don't ask me why she's holding the cup. I think one of my co-hosts has something to do with that. Anyway, so yeah, there's a look at the original Marvel Legends Black Widow figure. And really taller, just not as good though. This was early on in Marvel Legends when they were making female characters. And yeah. Hell, I needed a drink after looking at that thing. Anyway, on to a little bit better. Here's the one that was offered with a 2-pack with Bucky. And of course, this one is a lot better. A lot better. But this is a movie. This is the comic version. This is the one that goes on my shelf. Not that other one. Good God. Anyway. So yeah, great figure though. I really like her. Here's a little comparison of her next to Cap from the Winter Soldier. And she seems a little tall, but, you know, I'm not complaining because it's a really great figure. And here she is with Winter Soldier. Now, I've got a lot of toys out here just because I have been waiting to do this shot here because when I got all my Avengers figures, they seemed like they were missing something. So yeah, here is that shot I was waiting for. Here are all of the Avengers from the movie, and yeah, these guys look great together, even with, you know, one of them coming a little bit late, but hey, she's worth it. So if you can find Black Widow on the shelf, please pick her up, because she is one per case and hard to find. Until next time, guys, I'm Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by Cinelinx.com, and I'll catch you later.
Thanks, Jason, for that in-depth coverage of Black Widow review. Wherever you are, we thank you.
I'm right here. Jack Hole.
This just in, our toy reviewer Jason has died. Our condolences go out to his family and thoughts.
Does that mean I get his Hawkeye toy?
No.
Yes, actually, it's in his will. Yes.
Really?
This just in. Yes, I have my finger to my ear, which means this just in. Yes.
Sweet. Sweet.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Well, guys, welcome back to SCNS Live. We hope you enjoyed that review on the Black Widow. Right now, we're actually going to talk about our picks from the rack. So, starting off, we have Jason.
Okay, so my pick from the rack this week was Nightcrawler 1, which I had to get because I'm a huge X-Men fan, but also I'm a bigger fan that Chris Claremont is actually back on writing this character. Of course, Nightcrawler, who's been gone for a while. We're getting that character back. Kurt is back to his old self. He's the jovial elf that he was. However, they're alluding that there is more going on with Nightcrawler. This is, like I said, it's one of my favorite characters, and I like him being back, especially with him getting his own #1. Now, I don't expect this issue to last too long, but I'm going to enjoy the ride while it's there. And they got Claremont on it, so how bad could it be? So, yeah, like Claremont and Todd Knock are doing the artwork.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely a good pick. Cora, let's hear about what you have.
All right. Mine is Lumberjanes. I've actually been really looking forward to this coming out. Look at that art. Oh, well, they're wearing greens, so some of them are see-through. Pretend that didn't happen. Anyways,
Please do it again. Please do it again. Ah! You know what that reminds me
It's a
of?
special foil cover. See?
Do you know what that reminds me of?
Don't say it.
Aliens.
Anyways, Lumberjanes, it's really adorable. First of all, I can't stress that enough. You've got these 5 girls here. Oh, I covered up my mic. You have April, Mal, Molly, Joe, and Ripley. And they are in summer camp.
Is it the prequel to Aliens?
No, there are no aliens.
Ripley.
There are weird creatures in it, but the artwork inside, while it's a different artist, is still fucking cool. Look at that. And look, more for transparency. Yeah, forgot about that. There's lots of green in here, okay? It's also the artist on the cover is also the co-writer, Noelle Stevenson. She's fantastic and really super sweet. The other writer is Grace Ellis, and it's just a big conglomeration from, let's see, Boombox. It's a little independent. You can also get it for free download. Or not free download, I'm sorry, it's not free. It's not free. It's not free. but it's adorable. It's not what I was expecting. I was expecting cute and quirky, but I wasn't expecting weird giant creatures and cute, adorable girls fighting these weird, quirky creatures.
Interesting.
Please pick it up.
Fantastic. Yes, you should definitely go pick up Lumberjanes and Nightcrawler, but I think there's one that you kind of have to pick up very quickly if you're a Deadpool fan, because it is the Wedding of Deadpool! As you can see, it's very bright, because it's very beautiful. But if you can see all these shapes, and whenever you go by this, you'll notice that every single one of these people on here is a character. And it actually won the Guinness Book of World Records for most characters in a comic book front. So, cover. Front, cover, either way. So, Wedding of Deadpool, it's actually really funny. You get to see Deadpool get married, and you get to interact with other people as well, and it's rather thick as well. And it is touted as the most important issue number 27 in the history of comics.
Of course.
So those are our picks from the rack. So if you have any submissions or you have any picks that you have of your own, go ahead and comment on our Facebook page. You can send us a message, or you can always send us an email at jasonthex at the Untitled SCNS Live. Or is it Untitled SCNS? That's UntitledSCNS.com. I was trying to get Jason to say it, but he was
What? I have my mic off. Shut up. Anyway.
He was crawling.
Actually, my new email is working.
Is it? So now it's jasonthex at SCNS.
Live.com.
That's the one. All right, so all kidding aside, there's a lot of, it's con season. We're in the midst of con season.
Oh, boy.
Hell
You know,
yeah,
we've had a lot of fun. You know,
I gotta say, yeah, it's been a good ride.
Yeah, I mean, we had, cons like AllCon, which we had a blast at.
Woo!
We had Animation Celebration, which I think
Yep.
we're all still getting over. And most recently, we had GeekyCon. Now, I wasn't able to go because I was in New Orleans. However, Jason, you were there.
I dropped by, and it was a first-year con. Pulled in about 700 people. But the point that we were going to make is, of course, GeekCon was, the week following Animation Celebrations, right? So,
Right.
And we also noticed during AllCon, we had the Texas Vintage Toy Fest, which I heard did not do so well.
Right.
So you were raising the question, do we have too many cons going on? And
Well, I mean, first of all, before we get into that conversation, I wanted to know more about GeekyCon. I mean, how many people were there? What happened?
Actually, let's see. And Osney had a table there. But like I said, they said they pulled in about 700 people that weekend. It was off in McKinney, Texas.
It's a very far away place.
It was a little bit farther away. It was a smaller venue, of course. But for a first-time con, and I've gone to a lot of first cons, first out the door con, and some of them, if you get 50 people, it's, it can happen just because there's not a lot of word of mouth. Nobody's gone to it. Nobody said it was a good time. So to pull 700 in a weekend, good showing, I got to say. Good showing. Could it have been more? Of course. It's a first-time con.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, like you said, it brings up the question of, are there too many cons? Because, I mean, you look at it, you've got DCC, you've got AllCon, you've got Animation Celebration, you've got ACon, you've got Anime Fest, you've got JoeCon, you've got North Texas Comic Book Show, you've got
JoeCon's
GeekyCon,
not always here.
You've got Dallas Comic and Pop Expo, you've got Sci-Fi Expo. Is there too many cons in Dallas, at least?
What I think it is more is that there are too many cons at once. Because you all know, after A-Fest pretty much, there are no cons until February. There are none.
Well, there's the ones that like North Texas Comic Book Show. We're always out there. But they hold a couple a year, and I think
isn't it 4 a year?
3 to 4 years.
3 to
yes.
4.
Yeah, but of course he's always constantly out there. But he does space his out enough. I think it is a mistake, like Cora said, for cons to really go back to back against another con. I mean, people do have pricing to consider. These tickets do run a lot. You want to buy stuff when we get there. And I've noticed a lot of people who are friends of mine who are con goers, they're passing up some of these cons. There was a point in Dallas where we were we're so ready for this con to get here because it's the only one we have. And now we have a couple of weeks. I mean, a month now.
So, like you said, I mean, it's making kind of some people disinterested in it. I mean, is it making any of you guys disinterested in going to certain cons?
It kind of is, because I have the ones I have loyalty to and that I go to every year that are kind of bigger, because I see more of my friends there. Now, I have wanted to go to some of these other cons because I've never been there. And they look like fun. Like, I'd never been to the North Texas Comic Book Show, and I had a blast.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of fun.
It was small, but it was also big. Does that make sense? Like, it was one of those, it was really nice. But everywhere I turn, it's like, oh, yeah, there's this con this weekend. Oh, when did that happen? When did that become a con? When is that a thing?
Now, if there's one thing we have done around here is we always love going to smaller cons because we do go to the huge cons. We want to go to the smaller ones. We like North Texas Comic Book Show is not Dallas Comic Con because Dallas Comic Con is more of just a huge event, especially now with the turnout in May. But North Texas Comic Book Show, it is slower. Yeah, it doesn't have the attendance of these other cons, but we still get what we're looking for, but on a smaller scale. The one bit of advice I could offer to these people running these cons, especially with the thing that happened with Vintage Toy Expo, running against All-Con.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That was not a good decision to make. I'm just saying, I don't know people that ran it. I'm just saying, because I would have gone to that if it hadn't been on the weekend of All-Con. So that's the thing. It's just, let's space them out. We got 365 days, 66 in a leap year, to do all this in a year. I'll go out in the cold to go to a con. I will, as long as it's warm inside.
I mean, and there used to be one in about end of November, beginning of December, they called YuleCon. And it was a Christmas-themed con, and everyone loved that con. Because you could make a Christmas Harley Quinn. Go as Christmas Harley Quinn. There was a Christmas Pyramid Head there one year. That was terrifying. But it went out of business. I can't remember why. I think it was bad stuff. But people were so willing to go to that con. And I would go back if it were back.
Yeah, I honestly think just the whole solution to this is, I understand everybody wants to make a name for their con. They want theirs to be the biggest and the brightest out there. But don't go up against another con and try not to run as close as you can to another con either.
Well, what sets it apart? Like, what sets apart a Geeky Con from a Dallas Comic and Pop show? Like, are they all just kind of the same?
No. He's got a good point. Also, and I think that's one thing that GeekyCon did get a hold of. We've seen Geeky out at other conventions out there, and he has seen what other conventions were doing, and maybe tried to tailor to, maybe I can bring something different to mine, and it did. It gave you, it was more of an event. Like All-Con is not a con to me. It's Nerd Family Reunion. We go there to see everybody. We go there to have a good time and laugh. Whereas we go to Dallas Comic Con, we're going to buy stuff. We're going to get autographs. We're going to do our job, of course. It seems like less fun. I don't know how to do you understand what I'm getting across?
Yeah, I understand. Because, I mean, you look at All-Con, yeah, it's like a family reunion. Also, it's a con about panels. Tons of panels for All-Con. You know, you've got Animation Celebration, which formerly Brony Fest, and that's more about, you know, I guess, autographs and buying merchandise.
There was a lot of camaraderie with Animation
And a lot of camaraderie.
And
a lot of pictures, too, like, because they had the little picture booth.
And I think Anime Fest is one of the ones that really nails it on the head. Huge dealer room, lots of stuff to buy, lots of panels going on. Mm-hmm. It's spread all over. A-Con gets this down, too, when they do their thing. So,
well, and then you got QuakeCon, where they're a video game con. You know, so what I'm asking, because these are bigger cons.
Yeah, these are
I mean, these obviously, we all know these are bigger cons. Yeah. But whenever you break down the smaller ones, unless they have a theme, like JoeCon, because we all know that G.I. Joe.
JoeCon's not a small con.
Well, either way, it's
not.
G.I. Joe.
It's the same people that do BotCon. So.
Okay, well then never mind. Okay. I made a mistake on that.
Okay,
But I'm talking about like North Texas Comic Book Show and DGeekyCon and that sort of thing. You get down to like the bells and whistles of those. Actually, I think what I was referring to is more vintage toys. Dallas Vintage Toys Con, because that's more about toys. You know, you've got a theme on that one, but you've got something like GeekyCon, you've got something like North Texas Comic Book Show, you've got something like Dallas Comic and Pop, and in the grand scheme, it
But
seems
see-
like those are kind of the same.
However, I have to disagree with you because they tried that with Vintage Toy Expo, and they thought, well, this is a totally different thing from All-Con, and it did not work.
But is it more of a scheduling issue, or is it more of
I'm gonna
what
go
it
ahead,
is?
I'm going to go ahead and say it was more of a scheduling issue.
Because I kind of think that on a vintage toy one, you would have been there. You know,
I
you
totally would have. I was
you
saying
would've
I
been.
wanted to go.
Yeah, if Animation Celebration hadn't been going on, I mean,
Or
or All-Con, you know, you would have been there. And I kind of think like they kind of can get a pass because that's just poor planning right there.
I think they may have learned a lesson from it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and then next year they'll do better.
And as also location, because you've got GeekyCon, which was in McKinney, and then you've got Animation Celebration, which was in Louisville, and then you've got All-Con, which was in Addison. I mean, I kind of think out of all of those, I mean, All-Con seemed like it had the most people, wouldn't you say?
I'd say, yeah, they had a huge turnout this year, and God, I just look forward to going back. I do.
Something
All the
else,
people that we met and drank with. I mean, met.
We drank with a lot of people.
something else to keep in mind though, as well as like with All-Con and even with Animation Celebration, these aren't their first years. All-Con's been here for a while.
This is true.
A-Con's been here for a while. A-Fest has been here for a while. So they've built up loyalty. And in favor of Geeky, they've already got 700 people that are going to be loyal, and they're going to be pimping that out as the year goes on, so their con will grow. And they were able to get the word out in time so people could buy the tickets.
Yeah, if there's one thing that Geeky did do right, he did do a lot of promotion. for
He
his con.
really did. I remember he actually at Nortex's comic book show, that was the first time I ever saw the guy. And I remember he was going up to every single booth and was like, hey, this is GeekyCon. It's a con I'm doing. It's going to be fun. You need to come. Like
And,
every single booth.
And Amanda with Animation Celebration did the exact same thing.
Yep.
They hit the bricks. They were going out there, talking to people, getting their con out there.
Well, do you think like with what she did though versus what he did? I mean, obviously he's got a newer con, so you know the world's just kind of getting spread.
I mean,
She had more guests
this is true.
versus him.
She
And-
also, I think, had better connections.
Yeah.
True.
Or she knows people. Amanda knows people.
Yes, she does. We had her on the show, and she is just fantastic.
But we do need to get. Speaking of cons, though, we do need to plug because we're not going to be on next. Are we? Are we going to take? Well, we're not going to be on next week
Watch the
because
Facebook page.
we're going to be at North Texas Comic Book Show that week, the next weekend. We're going to have a table sitting out front. We want you guys to come by. We're probably going to do a show from there as well. However, North Texas Comic Book Show is coming. It's down at the. Dang it! Why can't I ever think? What is it?
Embassy Suites.
Embassy Suites. I'm sorry. It's right behind Medieval Times. I'm going to put the links down there in the description bar. But yeah, right behind Medieval Times on 35. It's one of our favorite cons to attend. We love it. Chris, you actually got some images for who the guest list is. Who's this over here? Well.
He's got to go back to the beginning. So
All right.
Tom Brady.
Oh, that's top. Who? Okay.
we've got Tom Rainey, who
Oh.
who wrote Warlock.
Oh, okay.
He looks very excited. It's very nice. Then who else do we have?
And we got a couple friends of ours in there. I saw. Oh, that's Samantha Newark, Voice of Jim. She must be
Nice.
local. Oh.
She's British. She could still be local.
We got Marie Dahl, who we hope to interview, cosplayer from Houston,
Woo!
and our
I'm
buddy
from
Taffeta Darling. Oh,
Taffeta. Not Dez.
you're adorable. Not this. Chris who?
Chris Christopherson.
Chris Christopherson. Chris Christensen. Okay.
Ken Christensen.
Okay, so we got Michael Lark.
Good
We also
Lord.
got Scott Hama. in. He's working with it here. Oh, okay. Scott Hama. Cool. All right, so yeah, we got a big guest list for North Texas Comic Book Show. We hope to see you guys out there because we're going to be at our table doing our thing. I will bring some coffee of doom. You're welcome to have some. Drink the coffee of doom.
Don't do it.
Drink the damn coffee.
Okay, guys.
Drink the damn
so,
coffee. Get in the car.
so that's pretty much our episode.
Oh, we got it? Oh.
Yeah. That's
We're
pretty much
stepping
it.
in, so.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Let's plug the links, guys.
Plug links. All right.
YouTube.com/The Untitled SCNS. Like, subscribe, comment.
We like that.
That's right. You can also go to Facebook.
Facebook.com/SCNS Live.
That's right. And you can always email Jason when we're all trying to get our emails set up at jasonthex@scnslive.com. Also, thank you guys for your nerd confessionals. And
Congratulations, Joey.
That's right. This is getting sent to you.
Also, Milestone YouTube channel went over 1,000 views, 100,000 views, and 314 subscribers. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Now get some more people to subscribe and watch and like and all that stuff.
That's right, guys.
That's it.
Keep on nerding.